story that must be told. Here's a little story that must be told.
This one particular day when I came home from school, I usually go home and practice, and I was playing music a little bit too loud, and my mom's came and banged on the door, boom, 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 boom. If you don't cut that music down, you're gonna have to cut it off. So while she was in the doorway, screaming at me, I was still holding the record and rubbing the record back and forth. When she left, I was like, that's a pretty good idea. So when she left, I experimented with it, a couple of months, a couple of weeks, different records. And then when I was ready, we gave a party, and that's when I first introduced the scratch.
What this is all about is the art of mixing. It's analog. It's right in front of you. They don't need a delay line. They're creating delays with beat juggling, or with moving the fader in certain ways to stagger things and to stutter things and to manipulate time with your hands.
My dad's a professional musician. He wrote the Have a Coke and a Smile jingle. I don't know if you remember that, but so I get a lot of my musical background from that. I had like a traditional music upbringing. I was always in the band. I played piano and drums, and started drums when I was 7. And just all through high school, marching band, snare drum, I can read music, I played trumpet. But with the scratching, I had just heard like wicka wicka, like really easy, simple stuff. I was like, oh, anyone can do that. But then I saw him, and he's like doing all these crazy tricks and all these patterns that some I can't even play on the drums. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I gotta learn how to do that. And he pushed me, and a month after dating, he moved in, and we've been together for the last 4 years. The turntables moved in with him, and I stopped making fun of it.
The first time I heard scratching, really, it probably was like Rocket. It was just like so different and just such a weird sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an experimental record. It's an experimental for me, and I hope it be experimental for you. There's always been a mystery about the drum. The drum.
Improvising. We've got our turntables, we've got a crowd, and the collective goal of making the crowd rock.
DJs are a rockin' party, and there's DJs who can really cut well. But what we try to do with the Future Primitive is bring those worlds together. The party rocker, the guy who collects deep breaks, the producer-minded individual, people who are like in there digging non-stop. That's the backbone, like in a jazz band, that's the drummer. And then you have the soloist, the turntablist, the scratcher, taking you on those abstractions. I always thought that anything that flows, you can find parallels to and merge. The exciting thing about hip-hop is it was already doing that originally, the 4 elements, breakdancing, DJing, graffiti, and MCing. They're trying to marry a lot of different styles and a lot of different flows. Like with Doze, he paints behind it. That same fluidity in the way he paints and what's happening in the mix, there's definitely a parallel there.
When I'm painting to a DJ in a club, the DJ talks to me, I talk to the audience. Hip-hop is the lifeblood of my work, and turntablism is the next step, and it coincides with the audiovisual package of Future Primitive. The DJ gets the b-boys going, the breaks and whatnot. They've always been the architects, the foundation of the dance, the art, the MC. They're the conductors. They're the ones who lead you to where you want to go.